Are we good? Oh, we got Mike. The audio sounds distorted. End my suffering. Well, let's do this again, you know? Let's keep the mic rolling. Why not? Yeah, you gotta take the good with the bad and all that jazz. Dude, there's gotta be something wrong with, like, the USB port or something. This is it, right? That is it. Okay, cool. So then let's just plug it right back in and see what happens, you know? Having some mic issues, too. You always gotta fall apart. Audio is very glitchy. Mine or the game's? Video, which one of these is it? It's that one, okay. How's this going? Is it all audio or is it just game audio? And also, is it better now? As Dunks literally decides to wait for me to start before just consuming food as loudly as he can. Does this sound any better? How's this going? Also, I'm going to adjust my mic slightly. That sounds good. Please don't break mic when I rotate you very slightly. Okay, here we go. Am I loud enough? Because I was having some mic fading issues. I think I need to put some money into a new mic, or at least a new cord. The music isn't the best to test, but it sounds good. Okay, well, if we get some gargled meows, I mean, I'll still fix it, but it's not really the end of the world. Let's move this mic over. So, welcome. New stream schedule. And I thought, you know, what better way to kick it off than with the game everybody loves all the time to watch, Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate, everyone's favorite stream. What is this? Look at all these golden tickets and whatnot, you know? Let's just cheat. Let's just download the cheat goods. Why not? We get any, like, extra missions still? We already got all the new quests, haven't we? I'm just double checking here. Look at that. Look at all these that I may or may not have. Look, I've already got them all. 13. Why are some of them blue? What? Text and blue indicates quests that are new. Okay, so it's the difference between Generations Ultimate. Sad to say, but there'll be no puns this stream since I'm feeling lazy today. You know what? I was feeling like today was going to be a fairly good stream too, so I'm glad we're in agreement here. Dude, who cares about the previews? Why even bother? Let's jump right into this game. And you know why I think this is going to be a good stream, all jokes aside? I think this is going to be a good stream because I know that gameplay-wise, this is going to be a very terrible 2.5 hours. But because I'm going into it knowing that, I can hopefully, you know, step myself. I'm not going to feel as much disappointment. I can actually, you know, we can have some conversations. We're not going to be like, oh man, this is so boring. I hate that these quests are bad. No. We know the quests are bad. 10 unique mushrooms, please. Do you have a gathering skill? None of this matters to me. I literally just want to know. Increases number of items gained from gathering points. Let's go. It's been are you having a good meal? Are you having a good meal over there? You were like, oh, so it took me so long to get started, aside from what I already said about having to go pay the water bill. I've refound my love for regular old Tetris. I'm gonna be honest, Tetris 99 made me, like... Tetris, I'm like, that's pretty solid. I don't know what Tetris Effect is, and I don't think I'll ever bother to buy Tetris Effect. But, you know, I played Tetris 99, and I was like, you know, regular Tetris is not nearly as bad as I pooped on it for. Yo, is the music a little low? Because I think I have the audio still turned down from a previous stream. So let me know if the game audio is a bit too low. I can crank it up a little bit. We're at like 50% audio. These ain't mushrooms, are they? Nope. So I'm glad we're getting mushrooms in this area because I still kind of remember where most of the mushrooms are. That's seeds. I am gonna do the strategy of alternating audios low. Well, let's do a little do about that then. Boo, boo, boo. Look at that. There we go. How's that? Let me know if that's that's what I'm gonna leave it. Let me know if that's too loud or too quiet still. You know, let me know how that feels. So there is a Rathalos, I believe, in here, this general area. I believe that's what the quest said. Maybe it was a Rathian. These are not mushrooms. Foolish. Actually, maybe I don't remember what mushrooms are, because I thought there were some here. as I was saying, Dunks decided he wanted to be a snuggle baby and tried to crawl in my lap while I was setting things up. And I really didn't have the heart to just tell him no and push him aside. That's good, awesome. So I just kind of tried to set everything up with him rolling around in my lap. And then as soon as I started, he was like, oh, I'm not laying down, I'm gonna go eat food and be crunchy. My commentary will lack on the mushroom quest because I have to mentally keep track of how many unique mushrooms I have. It is 0. I have 0 unique mushrooms. Tetris Effect is just Tetris with pretty colors, background, and hype music. That sounds nice. I'm still not gonna... Alright, let me rephrase. I'm not gonna pay money for Tetris Effect because I'm not gonna pay money for Tetris. And that's not me saying, well, Tetris isn't worth my money. It's that I have other games to buy that are not Tetris, you know? Tetris 99 I played because it was free. They want to release another, like, free Tetris game or something? Hell yeah, brother. Add some new game modes to Tetris 99. Unique mushrooms is what I'm looking for here, right? Because I'm getting a whole lot of none of these. Alright. Well, and I hate to tell you this. It's a bad time to be a monster miner. Because you might have unique mushrooms. You also might just have 50 blue mushrooms. Let me respond to a mess. Also, let me know if my mic quality, gets a little... One second. Like I said, I've had some weird mic issues with the mic fading out, so, you know, let me know if the mic suddenly gets lower, and I just gotta unplug it, plug it back in. I gotta put aside some money. Either, I don't know if I need a new mic or if I just need a new cord. I'll probably go ahead and just get a new mic of the same kind. And then just keep this one as like a spare in case something goes horribly wrong. The good thing is that this mic is not great. It's exactly acceptable, which means it's actually not that expensive of a mic. Mic sounds good. Yeah, I'm just saying, like, I can see, like, the good thing is I can tell on Streamlabs whether the mic is normal or low. My point is if you hear it go low, tell me so I can actually go check the volume, because I'm more likely to see chat before I look over and see the volume levels, is my point. Any hint on Saturday stream? Actually, no. Pretty much exclusively, because any hint I could possibly give would actually just give away what it is. It's probably not as exciting as you probably think it is, to be honest with you. That's about all I can say. It's being hyped up a little more that's worth it. Maybe that's bad form as a Twitch/YouTube lad to say that I'm hyping something up more than it's worth and to not get too excited, but, you know, that's just how it be. This quest sucks, by the way. Must be My Hero so high. No. We only get a My Hero stream if Glover wins Edgy's poll. Excuse me, sir, do you know where a mushroom is? I'm looking for a mushroom of the unique variety. I'm gonna do Trash Quest, Quest with monsters we've already seen, and the new monster. That's the order we're doing some quests here today, by the way. Oh, they're good. I'm loving the 2 unique mushrooms. You know, ideally, unless something goes wrong, Thorn's gonna join us, so that's, you know, that's what's to look forward here. This might be the first Thorn stream since I've actually had somewhat of a viewer base consistently. I don't actually know for sure. Have you ever played This War of Mine? I am aware of the game. I have never played it myself or actually even watched anyone play it, so I actually know nothing about it. Okay, I know what the game is. It's like a resource management, keep your family alive through nuclear, maybe nuclear. Through a war in a third world country that I don't know if it is a real country or based off of one. I don't know that much detail. I get what it is. I don't believe I have the game, though, which is a bit of a shame. Listen, Rathalos. I know me and you ain't always seen eye to eye. Mostly because you're a Rathian and I've been misgendering you this entire time. And I apologize, so I'm just gonna see myself out. Have a wonderful day, madam. Oh Lord, help. Please, God, run. Okay. Don't recall him ever being on stream when I've been on here. Well, you've been here the longest, so that's probably means it's been a while. I didn't think so, but I also thought it was possible that I just forgot about a stream. Maybe it was still on, maybe it was a stream no one saw. But, you know, nonetheless, raw meat obtained. Are there, is anyone, I don't know, I'm about to ask this question, no one here has played this game, most likely. Are there any mushrooms I'm missing? How does this person get their thumb so big? Sorry, unrelated message. Okay. Only heard of him from Myth and Legend, yeah. As the various commissioners of different series. It's good. Give me the units. How are we looking? Wrong button. Right, it only shows if I've delivered them. 5. Well, we're halfway there. That ain't that bad. I was actually going to say something I genuinely don't remember. I'm letting this pig snoot because he's getting scared. Y'all ever eat mushrooms? I've had some mushroom burgers, pretty good. I've had some mushroom on pizza, acceptable. I've had some fried mushroom. I threw up a little bit. You know, it's a spectrum of mushroom out here in this world. Thoughts on cooking show? Mostly how he whoops my ass in WWE. Fair, he'd beat my ass in most fights anyway. Thoughts on cooking show? Olive burger for me. I can't judge you because I've never had olive, but it's not high on my list of wants, and that's a personal preference. What cooking show are you talking about? Thoughts on me doing a cooking show? Thoughts on the existence of cooking shows in general? A specific cooking show? Look, mushrooms. I'm gonna need some specifications here. Thank God. Please, I'm out of everything else. I've hit the super max. Any kind of cooking shows. I don't believe I've ever watched a single full episode of any cooking show. But I have absolutely nothing against them, and see no reason for them to not exist, to each their own. I see the value in said shows. Do I like watching them? No. It's, I have better things to do with my time, and I say that knowing full well I waste 90% of my time. If I'm watching someone make food, they better be hilarious. I've watched internet individuals make food while cracking jokes the entire time. But I've never just watched a show that's exclusively about just cooking. It's not my type of entertainment, you know? I've watched some stupid stuff. I've watched a lot of stupid shows on the History Channel. Those are the big time wasters. But, ultimately, those shows would just make me hungry, and I have an eating problem as it is, so, you know, I don't need to be like, oh man, I wish I had 8 more gallons of cheese. One anime cooking show where they teach you how to cook the thing, and that's it. So you literally just want an animated cooking show from Japan, is what you want. Shout out to one of the best shows I've ever watched as a kid, and I will probably rewatch it sometime in the next year and realize it's not nearly as good as I remember. But I don't remember if it was a Fox Kids or a Kids WB cartoon. It's called Fighting Foodons. And the entire premise of the show is you put like a name of an ingredient, like a cooking ingredient, on a trading card, and like you threw the trading cards into a magic cooking pot, and then the food that the ingredients make would come to life as a monster, a fighting foodon, and then the two people's recipe monsters would battle to the death. And it was one of the best shows I ever watched as a kid. Also, we're done with this quest. Small Senator show. Let's head out, lads. Ancient Aliens is a show I could never get into. I don't think I've ever watched Ancient Aliens. Out of all the stupid History Channel shows I've watched, I don't think I've ever seen an episode of Ancient Aliens. I watched Lost Tapes a lot. I love Lost Tapes, even though I'm 90% sure that's actually an Animal Planet show. I always call it Lost Tapes from the History Channel. I think I say Lost Tapes from the Discovery Channel. I don't know. I mostly say it as a joke. I think it's an Animal Planet show. Monster Quest, I really enjoyed. Cryptid stuff. I watched a lot of stupid cryptid stuff on the History Channel. Which, you know, debatable if aliens are cryptids, but I didn't watch them and stuff. Watched The Haunting a few times. That was back when I actually watched TV. I don't watch TV that much anymore. I just watch stuff on, like... I don't have Hulu or Netflix right now, but I'm about to mooch them off of Sam, so... I'll watch stuff on that, otherwise it's just internet stuff for me for now. You've seen Monstergate? What the hell is Monstergate? That sounds awesome. Have you ever watched Mythbusters? You know, I've been tempted to, but there's just so much of it that I haven't. I have watched a few episodes that were shown to us in various science classes, which is why I'm terrified to take showers during thunderstorms. Because there were, like... there was some myth they were doing, and it was like they disproved the myth, but also they unintentionally proved that lightning can just kill you if you're taking a shower, and I was like, oh no. They might have disproved that it's guaranteed to happen, and it's like really rare, but also it can. I don't know, it was a weird episode, but it'll never leave my mind. I like the TV host Josh Gate, who did a lot of monster and archaeology shows. I think that's his name. I've never heard of Monstergate. This sounds like the Ghost Adventures of the Cryptid World, and you know, debatable if ghosts are cryptid or not. That's to eye of the beholder. We're done here, right? Oh, I'm sorry. I was supposed to get a Paw Pass ticket. Why do I fucking need a Paw Pass ticket? Give me open one. That's really stupid. I'm sorry. I just wasted some of your time there. I really thought that was just a deliver some mushrooms quest. You meant Monster Quest? Oh, I got you. Monster Quest was good. It's so weird going back and watching the Monster Quest episode where they're like, today we're gonna investigate the legendary giant squid. And then, like, 2 years later, it was proven that the giant squid is, like, a real thing. And it's just a big squid that lives deep in the ocean, and it's, you know, it's rare, but it's actually not that rare, and so now it's just an accepted, regular species of squid. And I was like, I was there. I was there for the big discovery. Thoughts on ghost shows? I've seen a couple of them. If I ever watch them, it's usually ironically to laugh at silly shit. But, like, I tend to not take... Well, let me rephrase that. Like, ghost hunting shows I watch for a good laugh. Shows that talk about ghosts and, like, various haunted places, I'll usually watch because I find that stuff pretty interesting, you know, I'm into it. Let's hunt a Yayan Guru. You get I mean, this seems extremely solid. I was there when Happy Wheels got big. Fucking deep ocean is a scary place. The ocean is a terrifying place. I, myself, am not afraid of the ocean, but I completely understand those who are. Remind me after this quest to go empty out my pockets. I feel like I was also there when Happy Wheels got big, but I wasn't that into it. Like, I played it at school, which is probably a weird thing to say, but, like, that's about it. My laptop was pretty trash at the time and could barely run Happy Wheels. So I just kind of had to, you know, deal with what I was given. Why are we doing so many quests in this area? It's a little weird, but, you know, whatever. This isn't a horrible area. You were big. I used to watch a cowboy show called Gunslinger a couple years ago. Is that like the really old like live action TV show? I may have heard of that. If it's not what I just said it was, then I actually have no idea. I watched Tobuscus play a lot of Happy Wheels. I watched a lot of Tobuscus. Do I know a Flash game called Give Up Robot? I do not believe I do. In fact, it actually just sounds about Oh, he's flying. He's coming for me. To be honest, I remember Yayan Garuga giving me a little bit of trouble last time. So I'm not feeling super spicy. That's exactly why. You know what? That's exactly why I wasn't feeling too good about it. I forgot he had the poison. And I'm not happy about it. Actual 0. So by the way, go ahead and keep chatting. I'm not checking it right this moment, but I will when the opportunity presents itself. Yayan Garuga, as I've said, actually a little bit of a threat to me, so I'm gonna try. I'm gonna put emphasis on not losing my attention here against this boy. We gotta go. I thought he was leaving. I was like, man, it feels good to be winning. Here's where we get serious. We gotta find the good hit to do here. I can't get a good hit on him. That's it. That's the hit right there. That's what I'm looking for. Also, I don't... What? He just died! Alright, let's see here. Isn't this nice? No puns and harmless small talk. It's very pleasant, actually. Now, if I was the monster, I'd do a bit. You just do the tactic of posing and running away. Oh, so you just be a monster. You know, I can't be too mad about that. You know, when you find a strategy that works, just go for it. Sometimes that's how it be. Thanks for the random flash bomb that really just accomplished nothing. But you know what, Disco Steve, I can, you know, I'm being mean, I'm being rude to you, but you are at least trying. So it could be worse. Time for the good old button mash. If one of y'all could give me the demon horn so that I do not have to do it myself, that would be awesome. Actually, you've given me health. I don't know which one of you decided to give me health, but honestly, it's extremely more respectful. I gotta go! Ooh, baby. I don't know how I avoided that. But you know what? It feels good. Also, I probably shouldn't have done it because I didn't realize how low I was on my kitty juice. That's horrible phrasing. I shouldn't have said that one. Thought I had more fury to go rage mode, but I guess not. So, a little bit of a whoopsie on my part. I actually don't think this fight's going that bad. They could definitely... I actually don't know if it could be going better. I guess very literally it could, because I've died once. But as the cat, that's not really the end of the world. Okay. Ugh, not feeling that one. I think I'm actually going to take this moment to try and bust out some heals. Masamune has decided to stand in front of me. Let's kill him. Range. Also like I've done this 100% by accident, but it was extremely helpful. Oh, he's getting stuck in the ground over here. Has that been revealed? Oh, he must be out of stamina. That must be what's going on. Good? He ran? I think he ran. I think he's good. I think he's scared. Yeah, that boy's bopping out of here. Feels good, you know. It feels good to be powerful. So, what else has been going on? I can't... Why are there two monsters? Hold up. Hold on a minute here. Wait a moment. I don't like this. I don't like the two pink dots looming over me. I was gonna say, there ain't a lot for me to talk about, because there ain't been much going on. I just recently finally got my normal schedule going, which, I mean, you know, it's one of those things where I was very tired with the schedule I had been given. Very mad that that poison didn't die. Extremely furious, actually. You could definitely use literally any help from me. I'm about to die, I think. But you know what? I got my last 2 paychecks. They were very, very good paychecks. That helps a ton. So, you know, I'm glad to be able to have some time myself, some time to rest. But fuck, dude, those were good paychecks. And that's really the I did that by accident, by the way. That's the nature of the beast, isn't it? But that and then the funeral was this weekend. So really, aside from me spending like 3 days waiting to hang out with Thorn and unfortunately not being able to, I've actually done nothing the last like week and a half. Or else I would have more to say, ideally. You know, I went out, did some Pokemon Go a little earlier today, got a shiny Mankey quite literally 15 minutes before the event ended, so that was, you know, I felt solid about that. I would have preferred a Machop, but I ain't one to be complaining because I got a shiny literally just by walking downtown a couple towns over, so, you know, start the day off, well, not start the day off strong, because there were many more hours to this day before, then not all of which super pleasant, but hey, I know. You think you're going fine. I've had worse things. Alright. I have no idea if anything's being said in chat, because this boy's going into rage mode, so I'm doing my best here to not get just scooped. Oh, I got scooped! Dude, I'm awesomely ready to start busting out heals. Not heals, well, yes, also heals, but, like, I need, like, antidote. I kind of just want to let it kill me. Fuck, dude, those were good paychecks. Trade 2019. Yeah, man, I wish I could say that quote every week. Speaking of funerals, so the guy who's supposed to bring the food did not bring the food. So here's the thing. Without, like, going out of my way to directly name people, since there's for very obvious reasons, actually. It wasn't a dude. It was... And this is where it's gonna sound real bad. It was my uncle that passed away. It was one of his daughters was supposed to bring the food. His other daughter, unfortunately, also passed away like a month or 2 ago. So it's been a rough like couple months in general. But his other daughter is. She ended up actually, after I tweeted that they didn't bring food, they did bring food. They were supposed to bring the meat. They did bring the meat. The meat was uncooked. It was barely cooked. It was unedible. And when someone said, hey, we can't eat this, it isn't cooked, her response was, good, I wanted to take it home to feed us anyway. Referring to her and the people that live with her. So very, very, very rude individual. Did they leave? I hope they left. I would like to hear. So that was a day and a half. Can someone who was paying attention to the map tell me which area the one I was fighting went to? I think it was 4, but I have time to be corrected. Which pink dot went from 9 to somewhere else? And which one was a separate entity? I'm thinking it went to 4, because that other one just moved as well. I think I've heard enough. Yeah, it's unpleasant situation for multiple reasons, but you know what? Time to move on. You know what? I lied to you. You're not getting one. I almost read that out loud, and you know what? That would have been one. And you know, maybe you'll still get one. You ain't gonna get it right now. And I know there's gonna be people that are gonna be like, we're not gonna get what? That's the trick. Realistically, you could probably go back to previous videos and hear me say it, and be like, okay, well, he said it there. In chat, someone else said it. This Yayan Garuga's on the brink of death. I'm very thrilled. It's been an extremely not bad fight at all. Why are there so many Velociboys over there? I could probably use the unicorn right now. Get a little bit of extra damage, but it seems like it's more trouble than it would be worth. trying to take the time to bust it out. Because my lad here is in range. I think we'll just focus on killing my dude dead before we focus on... Oh, look at that! Disco Steve with the Demon Horn. Thank you! He listened to me, and he said, you know what? I can be a good teammate today. And you know what, Disco Steve? You've been a good teammate today. I gave you some criticisms before. Well, I think those criticisms are still valid. You're really helping to make your way in the team. I saw a message in chat. I will read it in a moment. This boy's having a little bit of a panic attack. I'm trying to hold him down. I'm very much expecting this other monster to just come out of nowhere right as this one is about to die, just to be like, oh, you thought you could avoid me the entire fight. Joke's on you. Can't. Uh-oh. Oof, I've been kicked. Don't do it to me. If I could get some extra heal, that'd be great. Honestly, distraction just as good. Uh-oh. Go, 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 go. Run! Alright, where's he going? Who's he going? As long as he ain't trying to swoop me, I can get a good heal off. Do your Rathalos Swarm. Alright. Did that a little differently than I expected. Poison is what will do us in the worst right now. I think that's Disco Steve using a heal. Pretty weird he's the one doing it, but to each their own, you know. He's carrying his weight around here. And I very much appreciate it. Listen, I gave you some credit. I said this wasn't a horrible fight. It's really time for you to die now, so we can move on to monsters. I wanted to not grip just to save time. That can't be how it goes sometimes. That other monster is extremely close, by the way, has me quite nervous. Come on, get the legs. Tuple the legs. Tuple the boy down. He's running. He's running. He's so close. He's on the brink. Give me the sparkles, please. So right, why all the monsters in this game cowards? Because I'm just so good. Oh my god. Well, did it go to 6 or 2? I think 6, I'm sorry, 5, I should say. I think Area 5 is the one I'm after. They're just afraid of me. They're just scared. There he is. Please let this be the same one. Please tell me the other monster isn't also Yayan Garuga, and like, this was all an elaborate ruse to make me fight 2 of them without noticing, and thus waste my time. I don't think so, because this one's already enraged, so like, I don't think it would be enraged if it wasn't on the brink of extinction. If we kill this thing, then in the 1 minute I have, I'll go like try and find the other monster. Just to see what it is. I say if we kill this thing, when we kill this thing. Maybe I did say when. I've actually. That felt good, even though it probably wasn't. What is happening? What was that? I think the heal was there. That was a supersonic explosion on there. Just give me the... Just let me take the dude's head off. I'm getting a little motion sick. There was some blur on that one. Yo, question. This isn't like gonna be a soon deal. This is a genuine, in general, somewhere down the line. Tic-tac-toe, catch tiger by the tail. I don't know where I'm going with this. You're trying to think of some cat stuff. It's like instinct, you know. Tigers are a cat. You're trying to think of cat puns, but there's just not any right now. So, but like it's like your instinctual habit to tie in cat jokes. So down the line, If I were to stream some Spyro games, would you rather I stream the Spyro Reignited trilogy or the original classic Spyro trilogy? Which one of those would be more desired? The retro or the old? Thankfully, we're actually very close. Carve, please, before we run out of time. I want to carve from you and see the monster. You want the retro Spyro, or you want like the new? Let's see where Reignited's gone. Maybe what it dropped was not a Wyvern tier, but I really feel like it is. So I'm just going to choose to ignore it in favor of having a little bit of extra time to try and rush over here and try and get a look at what this spicy boy could be. Why don't you just be Rathalos again or something? New quest, who dis? It's a Velocity. It's just a Velocity. Okay, boomer. That wasn't a threat at all. You killed Spyro. Oh shit, you're right. Skylanders will never be the same. Who is texting me? Sorry about that. What monster? What new monster? Which one of the, what are they called? The Fatal Four? Is that what they're calling this? The Fearsome Four? The Fantastic Five? I think there's Gameth, Mitsuzune, I think. Wow, this story is great. Don't know why I've never heard it before. What story? I can't tell if that's a joke about the lack of story or a joke that I'm not getting. Let's go empty out my pockets real fast. The Wacky Four. Okay. Right. Dude, I didn't even think of that as being a story. I was just like, we've done it. We beat the 8 Wyvern leaders, and now we gotta fight the Elite Four. And then we'll fight the big champion Wyvern Volstrax and beat the game. Alright, who are our 4? Who's our options here? I kinda wanna do Gameth last because he intimidates me the most. Although we might have to do the Knife T-Rex. We have Astalos. I actually just don't remember Astalos. We have Gameth, which is the big boy. We have a Mizutsune. Lagiacrus is technically new. I fought Lagiacrus in the past in different games. I don't think we've done Lagiacrus in this game. So he's technically new, so he's on the table to be done. Even though he's not one of the 4. Uragon is new, though he's not one of the 4. I have no idea if we've done Rathalos yet or not. Okay, so we don't have the Knife T-Rex yet, I believe. So I guess those are your options. They got so much emotional monster that you can even see the dead eyes when they're running. No story needed. True. It's all about the Armenian genocide. The fuck. Alright. Who are we feeling? We feeling Lagiacrus, Uragon, or one of the tasty 3? Thunder Dragon. This is basically just Electric Rathalos versus Big Boy versus Naruto, Sea Serpent. You're a Jay Leno. I still actually don't know who fought Rathalos in it. The Neko Genocide of 63. Have we done Rathalos yet? If we haven't done Rathalos yet, we should do Rathalos. So correct me if I'm wrong and we've done Rathalos already. I know we've done Rathian. First, we need a name for them. What are we calling them as a group? The Fatal Four? I swear they're actually called the Fatal Four. Like, I'm not making a joke. They are called the Something Four, but I can't remember if it's the Fatal Four or the Fearsome Four. I think it's the Fatal Four. Feline Rider, Feline Hurler. I mean, Rider's Defender low. It's not hot. I'd rather have Rider, actually. We should fight Uragon, Rathalos, and, who was the other nerd? Lagiacrus. Because they can give us some better armor, maybe, to fight the Tasty Three. Dude, that's what we should have called the Nibble Snarf trio. That's what the triple Nibble quest should have been, is the Tasty Three. The Friendly Four. If they're called the Fatal Four, then even I can't come up with something that bad. I kinda like... I'm gonna look it up here in a minute. After the Rathalos fight, I'll look up what they're actually called. I do really think it's the Fatal Four, though. Is Fatal Four even that bad of a name, or are we just biased because we associate it with a Fatal Four-Way match in wrestling? Which is still a completely valid, like, argument. I'm just saying, like, Wiener Rock. I think it was Monster Hunter 4U where they had stones that straight up just looked like dick. Excuse, did I just hear triple nipples? No, you heard triple nibbles. I guess we haven't done Rathalos because there's a cutscene for him. Here he is. King of the Skies. What a terrible freeze frame. What a solid thumbnail. Depending on who else we fight. By the way, this fight's probably a huge pain in the butt. Rathalos, he's not really a joke most of the time, and so I assume as a Prowler, he's actually going to be quite serious to fight. He is just, like, strictly better Rathian, who already, like, isn't that easy. While Rathian I would consider, like, an honorable challenge. Rathalos is like, this is a boss fight. Like, if the entire game were nothing but boss fights, this would, like, really be a boss fight. So we're gonna have to play this one a little by ear. We're taking a bit carefully at times. Oof! Got me with the big booty. Wasn't Rathalos, so I would have to read that in a moment. Not more fearful of my life. He's showing some good mercy, actually. He's giving me some space. He's letting me get my stuff. He's letting Masamune get heals off. It's all actually extremely easy. You know, Rathalos, he's a tough boy, but he's a boy who fights with honor. I never feel dirtied or cheaped out by Rathalos. Is Rathalos the one who took your eye? No, that is Tigrex. Tigrex has stolen my eye, and I'm glad you reminded me. It's kind of been so long, I've kind of gotten so used to it, I've forgotten that Tigrex turned me into this cat. Also, watch Tigrex be like an online exclusive monster or something. I feel like he won't be. I feel like he'll just be an end-game single-player monster. I mean, he'll also be online. I'm sure all single-player monsters are also online, but like... Alright, it's time to be careful. He's shooting fireballs. That's the big Rathalos move you gotta look out for. That's when he goes for that. Thankfully, you know, Rathalos, he's a staple of the Monster Hunter franchise. I think he's literally been in every game. He's been in every game since his introduction. I just don't know if he was introduced in the first game or not. I feel like he was. But thankfully, they don't change a whole lot about Rathalos. I saw that tail coming. I'm not even going to worry about using what is it? Demon Horn? Someone will use it for me eventually. I think someone literally just did it for me as I'm saying that. My point was, since they don't really mix up Rathalos' moves all that much, I wouldn't say he's easy to dodge. He's easier to map out. I don't really have to learn Rathalos. I've spent years learning Rathalos. So while I still take this fight very seriously, I do still see him as a threat. I am like confident in this fight that even if he gives me trouble, I'm not gonna get just absolutely crushed unless I play like an idiot, which is completely possible. But I think we're doing surprisingly well. I think I'm selling myself a little bit short on this Rathalos fight. I might be a little, like, misremembering. I mean, he's definitely tough. I might be misremembering how tough he was because he was an actual beast in World. And obviously these games, I'd say they're a little bit easier than World. Because World wasn't super hard, but it was definitely more of like a Bloodborne style combat system. A lot of people compared to Dark Souls, it just felt more like Bloodborne. That was so good. Okay, I thought he killed me. When my I can't get the fire. Wait, how do you get the fire off as a cat? Okay, it's the same. I got thrown off. I might die. But whenever the health bar turned red with fire, I actually thought he one-shotted me, at which point I was going to promptly be like, okay, never mind, he's actually a bigger threat than I ever could have imagined if he's one-shotting me with the fire nades. This suddenly became super serious. But no, it was just... He actually just did a very respectable amount of fireballs, and now, I thought, once again, I thought I died. Need to find a place to heal unless he's leaving. I don't know. I think he's leaving. Okay, he's going real high. Thank God. Masamune, thank you for your support. Do I heal this Steve with mine? Very slightly. Please don't do this. I really don't need to be taking... I think he actually just did he undid all of mine. Like that one baby combo. Please. They're hitting fucking real hard for some reason. For herbivores, those dudes are doing some nasty damage. Let's get one more heal so we can run right into Rathalos and just start fucking. That's good. It's probably not. We probably should just go ahead and get to full health, but I just don't have the time, honestly. I want to move along. Get the blood flowing. I think things are going solid, so I want to keep moving along. Bullfango being in this area, very upsetting. Thank you, Masamune, for the big heals. I'm amazed that didn't like scoop me up or something. It seems like he has way more wind power than I was remembering. Mini Barrel Bombay, it all helps a lot. Being able to just jump when he runs at me to, like, just skedaddle away, extremely beneficial. Also, bouncing off the fireballs seems honestly a little overpowered in my repertoire. Seems like I might be a bit busted. Bad flash bomb, but it's a respectable attempt. That, however, should have been an attempt. I'm not feeling quite thrilled about it. Yo, if we can do like 3 sets of quests per hour in this 3-hour stream, actually probably a 2.5-hour stream. We'll see how things go. It's actually not fun, so we're gonna go for the tail. Because here's the thing about Rathalos, it's the same as Rathian. The tail can come off, and the tail is actually an extreme threat. Because the tail is what poisons you. And while cutting off the tail does not prevent him from poisoning you, it does drastically lower the tail's hitbox. And as such, cutting the tail off will, you know, provide great benefits. Did I ever watch Fastlane? Not yet. I'm halfway through. I'm gonna finish it once the stream's over. That's why I'm like unsure of if this is gonna be a 2.5-hour stream or a 3-hour stream, is because I gotta see if there's anything else going on. But I'm watching Fastlane as soon as this stream is over. I'll get some food and some drink and just sit down and go through the rest of it. I actually can't think of what other matches would be on the card except for 3 of them. And so I'm like, what the hell is the other 2 hours of this show I have to sit through? The Herb strike back, I sure do. Oh Lord, keep coming. You know what? I think you bait all that. Or I'm just too stupid to know how this works. Can you quit being a Skyrim dragon and get down here and do it for me? Not how I wanted it to happen. It did still happen, so thank you. Fuck. Okay, we're not poisoned. That's what matters. Dang it, Masamune was looking for heals. Let's not get hit by that. The longer I can go without getting poisoned, the better I can. What we need to do is get more mounts, really. And then once he's mounted, go for the tail. But, you know, if we can hit the tail, like, just individually, awesome. Just the tip. Good bomb! Amazing bomb, Disco Steve. Right to the tail. My dude did a dance there. I really thought we just killed him somehow. That tail swing. We gotta, like, use his tail attack as, like, a hitbox to bounce off of and get some, like, free damage off of it. It's hard trying to get it from the air. He's so hard to hit. I should be trying to use my flash bombs more often, but they just seem like they barely work half the time. I'm dead. I'm dead. I'm ballsy enough and also stupid enough to not heal right now. But I've got more lives. I'll be fine. I'm not even gonna been working over the tail. Let's get this thing going. I would love like a Rathalos weapon or something. If I could get that. Like, I'm still kind of going for what looks cooler, but like if the Rathalos has some weapon that does like a ton more damage, you better believe I'm rocking it over my little crab scythe here. I love crab scythe, very aesthetic, not a bad weapon, but like Rathalos weapon, it's gotta be. Don't diss Skyrim Dragon, at least they don't run away. I played Skyrim PS3 pre-patch, so they actually would just fly around in a circle, unable to be hit ever. They fly just above the world out of range, so actually they did, which is why I made that joke. But I haven't played it in years, so I forget they must have patched that whole situation. Oh, I'm dead. Music was just said by one of the Nekos' opponent. I'm disgusted. Even I would never go that low. Elias segment after Elias segment. I figured, I don't know why they feel the need to do that. I get they want watch time. Just give us, like, matches. I would actually rather just have, like, stupid matches. I would rather have a joke Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins match where they do silly gimmicks to try and win over random Elias segments. Like, I would rather they cut all but one of the Elias segments. I don't mind an Elias segment if it's a good one. They could literally cut all of the others and put all of that time in towards like a solid Hawkins and Ryder match or just anything and build someone up. I would rather just have nothing if we don't need it, but if we have to fill the time, there's so many fucking ads for merchandise. And I get that that's what WWE does, they sell merchandise, but oh my god, it's the same ad before and after every segment. There's supposed to be 17 matches in Mania this year. I actually don't think that's horrible, because we know Mania's 6 hours. It's probably going to be 7 hours. That's not a choice, that's happening. So, at the very least, 4 matches an hour for 4 hours is 16. It's going to be filled with stuff. Like, that's... You may not be happy about it being so long, and that's completely understandable. But I'd rather it be filled with stuff than, like, Fastlane, which is, like, it's filled with nothing. Now, if all the matches are stupid nonsense, yeah, that's going to be annoying. But if almost every match has, like, a reason for existing, and they can put on some solid matches, I don't mind. I do not mind having one 7-hour event a year. That's filled with great stuff. Now, the Royal Rumble was way too long. That, like, SummerSlam and Royal Rumble, they don't need to be going 6 to 7 hours. Rumble should go 5 at most. SummerSlam should really only be going 4, like 8 hours. But, you know, it's not good, so. The point is, I don't think the number of matches is what the problem is. I think it's the quality of the content. By the way, we were poisoned for the first time in this fight. Honestly, I'm glad it took so long, because his wings are actually really messed up, and the fact that his wings are so bad off. I can't see! Sorry, I got frustrated there, because it literally seemed like I was unable to move because something was wrong. Subquest complete. That's the tail, baby! The tail is gone. Also, it was a subquest. Dude, I forget that subquests are like a thing, because for some reason they just cut subquests entirely out of World, because World was kind of a half-complete game. Oh, baby! Oh, I'm trying to heal, but no one else is alive, so maybe it's a bad idea. Wrong button. That's okay. Oh, someone... No, he's moving here. Unless he's about to swoop down. At which point, I respect the hustle. Exactly. How do you feel about Shane versus Miz gonna be at Mania? I have nothing against it. I crack a lot of jokes about it. I have absolutely nothing against a Miz and Shane match. I would have much rather had something else. But I kind of agree that if Shane has to have a match at Mania, Miz probably wasn't going to have much of a better place at Mania. So if you're taking a Mania moment from someone to give to Shane, Miz is not the worst person to take it from. The only Miz match, like, I love Miz, I've liked seeing him at Mania. The only Miz match I specifically would have wanted to see at Mania would have been the conclusion of the Miz-Daniel Bryan feud. But that feud has been absolutely ruined and forgotten about, so that's not happening, so Miz and Shane is fine. Heard you're trying to hide your word under your breath. I have no idea what you're talking about. Hide what word under your breath? I don't actually know. He's tired. He's coming down with the sickness of death. I'm in a fire. How about this is just what was not a bad fight. Actually, you know, possibly unpopular opinion, extremely well performed fight. I think I did very, very good here in this round. So, you know, I don't give myself credit very often. I'll pat myself on the back for this Rathalos fight. This went extremely well, even though he's about to run like a little crybaby. So you know what? Maybe that really means I've got something going on here. You know, a little confidence booster. Know what I mean? 3.6 million Piranha Plant. Thank you for the heal. This team's coming together. By the way, I've found the list of all the moves that I was going to teach them and everything. And I remembered that some of them are still locked. So once they're all unlocked, I will go ahead and try and teach it all of them, probably off screen while doing stupid quests. But if they're, until they're all unlocked, I'm not even gonna bother, because then I think it'll, I don't even know if I can have them, I don't know if I can teach them moves that are locked, and they just can't equip them, or if they have to be unlocked to learn them, so I'm not even gonna bother until they're all unlocked. Because I could teach them some of them now before they're, unlocked, but I think my odds of getting the ones I want are more likely when there's more of them available. You get what I'm saying? Just law of large numbers. If there's more to get, I'm more likely to get one. Rather than spend my time repeatedly trying to get them one at a time. We could knock this boy out of the air. That'd be great. He's in sicko mode. It's pretty nice. Oof. Oh, and he got me with the claws. I forget his claws are also poison. I don't think Wrath is like that. I think only Wrath has the poison claws. Of the two, I'm sure other monsters have poison claws. Yo. Of the king of perspective. Quit running, coward. Could I get some heals, please? Do you even have any? Oh, maybe you do. Because I don't have poison. Feel like we need a Monster Hunter emote. Don't know what it would be. Hit me up with that when a better Monster Hunter game comes out. I don't think GU deserves an emote, to be honest with you. Worlds probably would if I streamed Worlds, which I don't. So, like, if they release, like, not a Worlds Ultimate, because I'm probably... He's still running! He's actually trying to get out of here still. Look at this crybaby. What has the King of the Skies become? Other than a sad baby. The baby of the cries. Just go down with dignity. Just let it all get here. Whoa! You know, he's trying. He's shooting some fireballs off. It's just sad. Just let it in, my man. Just go for the game over. He's still running, dude. Okay, I was gonna try and flash bomb him out of the sky, but it's probably not. Ah, it's too high up. Dang it. I don't recall, how do you handle E3 week? Basically, I'll do commentary over things people want me to do commentary of. But I'm not, like, cinched into, like, oh, I'm definitely doing commentary over everything E3 weekend. Because I don't care about most mainstream stuff aside from Nintendo. So, like, E3 very rarely has anything I care about outside of Nintendo. So, like, Nintendo, I'd be all for doing a reaction / commentary over. I'm cool for that. But, like, in general, it's just if there's something you would want me to do commentary over, just, like, speak up. And it can be done. It's the closest thing I have to a bomb myself for the triple damage, so I prefer to do that to get the triple damage, even though it kind of booped me a bit and cost me my, my Furious mode. Is it EA and Ubisoft has said they're not going to be at E3, or was it someone else? Was it Microsoft said they weren't going to be there? There's a few people saying they're not going to be at E3. Which, like, I don't care, but, like, it seems weird to care enough that you would choose not to go. You get what I mean? Oh shit, he's down. Fucking long. Dude, honestly, can I get up and not die? eating the big nut. Dude, put the anti-monster nut down. Fucking Christ, I can't put it down. Masamune, I need you to run a distraction here. Because if he hits this, I think it's game over. I think he's doing the big boot. Go, 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 go! But also he has to be touching the ground. So I need to... Come on! Get him over here. Get him over here. Get him over here. Dude, he's coming. Come on. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on. A little closer, a little closer. I just felt good. That wasn't even probably smart. I probably could have done more damage myself just hitting it. Especially after my own bombs and flying. But that just felt good, you know? Sometimes things, they just feel right and you just happy you do them. That was one of those moments. Really, really lackluster fight here. I accept the death. I'm not gonna bother. I just don't care. Never mind, he's dead. Borderlands 3 basically announced. Yeah, I retweeted that. Don't be confused. I retweeted it because I know a lot of people that love Borderlands. I've actually never played an entire Borderlands game. I played Borderlands 2 with Tyler for a little bit. And then I tried to play it with Thorn, but I hate top and bottom split screen, and that's all the game was, so we ended up not playing it. Either way, it's exciting for people, and I can expect that. Give me ore because I requested it. Who's gonna get some sweet Rathalos on it? Probably no one. I'm really liking my dudes. I might get a Rathalos weapon, depending on what kind of weapon it is. Owned the game, never got far into it because I experienced a game-breaking glitch. Big F. How you doing, Dunker? I'm doing a big sleep. He's like, don't talk to me, old man. I'm doing a snooze. I'm doing a snooze. Please. The items, give them to me. By the way, there will be a poll for what we stream Thursday later today. Now available. So I'll find some stuff. Get a couple puzzle-related games since that was requested. See what else just piques my interest. I think ideally I was gonna grab like one game from each console I had and put them in a poll, but I think realistically I don't think I have enough PS4 games for that right now. Now that my PS Plus is currently expired, half my games are gone. What's the next shit quest we have? This is just slay 10 Bullfangos? Sure. And there's a Naharaja there, but that's not that threatening. Let's go do it. Alright, I was gonna look at my Rathalos weapon. I don't give a shit right now. We'll look at the Rathalos weapon in a bit. You were also thinking horror game, but I don't think that fits your style. I am all for playing some horror games, right? So here's the thing. I'm not against playing horror games, but I can guarantee you... Alright, here's probably the best way to phrase it. I'm all for playing horror games. Don't expect me to finish a horror game unless it's mostly psychological horror, because I'm very bad at games that require running away from something chasing you. So if the game is, if it's a horror game because, oh no, I'm being chased and I gotta get to the exit and collect these things, blah blah blah, I probably never, I'm not against playing it, I'd never beat it, because, you know, I have tiny panic attacks when stuff gets frantic, and so I'd be very, very bad at getting away from stuff. We actually did have an idea for a stream back when Thorn was around for like videos and stuff a lot more often, and we were gonna have Thorn, I was gonna find horror games and have Thorn play them, and because then it'd be like you get the spooky reactions from both of us, Because, like, I'm not someone who's easily scared. I am someone who is extremely jumpy and easily startled. So, like, I've screamed because my horse in Skyrim just fell off a mountain one time. Not like I was on it, like it just, I left it up top and then it fell and landed next to me and I actually had a heart attack. But he can actually play them. I actually do have a horror game on my list of things to do, because we do this little side thing that we streamed it once, and we mostly did, I think we exclusively did it for wrestling reactions. But we used to do this thing called Who's the Boss, and I have this big, it was like a $60 leather briefcase, and it used to have the Boss on it in sparkly stickers, but now only the letter D remains. But basically, we would do a competition, and the winner would get the briefcase, they'd get to add something to the briefcase, and then it basically works like Money in the Bank, where you get to hit someone with it, and then cash in, and you make that person, they have to play a game or react to like a show or a movie or something on the channel. And it kind of ended up falling through because people would like say, oh, I want this person to do this, and then that person would never be available. It's not that they were against doing it, it was just hard to get them together. I think the only one that was ever finished was me and Jacob watching Shimonetta. And like me and Pearl started Aquarion. And I think we have like 5 episodes left, but I'm 90% sure she's never coming back to do it. So I haven't even bothered uploading the other 10 episodes I have on my computer. But Thorn won the inaugural Who's the Boss back in like 2015 or 2016 or something like that. Maybe even earlier. And he held on to it for a long time, unsure of what to cash it in on. And eventually he cashed it on me playing a horror game. And the reason I haven't done it yet is that he had the specific rule that I have to play it in the dark at 11 p.m. or later. So I've had to find the right opportunity to do that, and also I have to buy the game. So that's on the back burner for some point. Fair enough, I'd like to see horror games on stream, but that's up to you. It's a when the time comes kind of thing. The Legend Thorn come up once again. Who's the D? You recall the Aquarion stream? Yeah. I think I have up to episode 21 or something on my computer, just like the audio tracks, like, because we stopped live streaming it, because I was like, live streaming sucks, let's be real. For like commentary tracks like that, like just do the audio, because I'm tired of being on camera. And, you know, then she was gonna show up like last summer, and then she didn't, and then like she just hasn't showed up, and I don't think she ever is. So I'm not gonna bother uploading 10 more commentary tracks of Aquarion if we're not gonna finish it. So it's kind of like the Undertale series. It's actually different from the Undertale series because we finished Undertale, and then I realized I lost 1 audio track to it, and I was like, oh, I'm just like, Kimmy, do you care if I scrap the entire thing? She's like, yeah, it sucked. And I was like, alright, cool. So Undertale has been thrown to the void. You know, I gotta give Kimmy credit, though. She played Undertale knowing literally nothing about it and ended up getting through pacifist ending on her first try. So, you know, that's lost to the void. Round of applause. Let me check messages real quick. I don't know what it was, but people, they were sending me some messages. Some were important, some were not important. Take a drink of probably watered down soda. You know what? Only slightly watered down. Completely still drinkable. And don't smell you looking like this with your sad baby eyes. He says, "Oh Lord, it's tough being so chonky." I know, Dunks, I feel you. The chonky strong. All this build up to Thorn, and he's probably just gonna come on stream and everyone's gonna be like, what the fuck? This just sounds like Trey but diabetic, and you're right, it is. Have you watched Creep 2? Not yet. We were gonna watch it Sunday, but then I spent all of Sunday waiting on Thorn to hit me up to hang out, and then that never happened, so that was a shame. Okay, what do I want to hunt now? 2 Blongongas, 2 Kezus, 2 Volvidons, 2 Gypsaros, 2 Malfestios. Can I just, like, what is this? 10 Ivories, that's a bunch. That's kind of like... I'm gonna close my eyes, let go. Okay, and then I'm gonna close my eyes and let go again. I don't know how that happened, but... No, we're doing one of the wyverns. No, we're doing one of the wyverns. Okay, we're doing this one. Oh, this one looks like shit. I fucking hate it. It's Nibble Snarf again. Okay. No. Yeah, so I haven't watched Creed 2 yet. Probably watch it. I don't know when I'll watch it. I don't know what a good one here was. I don't really want Game Changer, but I don't think it matters in this quest. They're all shit. I know they're all shit. That's why I'm just randoming it, because I can't decide if I wanted to get one of the more annoying... Oh, by the way, I only got Ryder, which is really good. I mean that unironically. By the way, what weapons and stuff do you have for sale? You only have... You have anything other than the single Rathalos one? Rathalos Blade. That looks so good. Attack 89, Fire 16. What am I currently using? What's the comparison? 80. So it is just a strictly better version of this. It crits less. I'm probably gonna make the Rathalos Blade just for more damage. How's my head armor looking? What head armor you got around here? Is that it? Okay. I mean, I can't use it. It kind of looks like trash, to be honest. So it doesn't look like trash, but it's not like it's not super cool. That's significantly more cool, but I'm still not gonna give it to anyone. I am actually gonna go ahead and make the Rathalos Blade just because I'm at the point in the game where I want to kill things as fast as possible. And I care more about that than having my weapon look slightly cooler, because it's not even like the sword doesn't look cool. The sword looks pretty good, actually. It looks like a nice knife. But yeah, all these quests suck. So I don't know if I want to do a more annoying one first, like the triple monsters, or if I want to do like 2 Io Prey, which would probably take like 5 minutes. We got to do them all eventually, so who cares what order they're done in? Maybe someone does. I don't, so we'll just get it done. Now, thankfully, we've got like a Gindrome and a Cephadrome as these first 2 monsters. So actually, this one should just be like a Nibble Snarf fight with like 5 to 10 minutes of other nonsense beforehand. So this is probably one of the... This is probably the least shit of the triple monsters. So really, it's a good middle ground, honestly. Let's go kill some stuff. You know, I will say the good thing is, I love conchus, but dude, conchus, they're so fucking good. I love conchus. Where the fuck is it? There it is. I love conchus. Dude, I kind of want to buy a conchu. I might get me one once I don't know. Maybe I don't need a new mic, because it's been holding up this whole stream so far. Then again, this whole stream has been not even an hour and a half yet. I forgot, like, dude, this fire's sick. I also need to look up. I actually probably need to do the monster guide at some point. Because I realized, if I'm going to fight, like, a monster or something that resists fire, I'd probably rather bring the Cenaforce Scythe than the Rathalos Blade. Because if I'm doing less damage since it's fire, I think I'd rather just have the high affinity, because it's only like a power like raw power, it's only a difference of 6. So like, the fire is what the big money maker is here, right? So I should probably like, when I go do a quest, I should look up, I should use the monster guide for once. And, you know, maybe it'll tell me whether or not they're weak to fire, maybe it won't. I don't actually use affinities all that often, so I just called it affinity. Mint element. Affinity is like the crit chance. Oh shit, paralysis. By the way, I think this thing is taking a shitload of damage, which makes sense, it is just a game time. We're about to absolutely. The thing about this is that it's a little harder to hit with the spinneroonie. Oh fuck. He's a small boy. He is in trouble. He's very much in trouble with me on his scaly back. I thought that was a fish for a second. I thought it was actually just slapping. It's so weird that you don't just snap with your blade, but I guess that's too much irritation. I'm gonna be completely honest. As good as World is, I don't know if I've said this before or not, I would still rather have, and we can have both. I'm not saying we have to have one of them, but I want, if I had to choose, instead of having like a sequel to World or something, I would rather have another, like, one of these Monster Hunter games on the Switch. One of the classic ones instead of the whole everything's super smooth, blah, blah, blah. I like classic Monster Hunter like this more than I like the super smooth, high-detailed World, even though they're both good. World, I just think, was the first of its kind, and as such, felt a little underwhelming compared to what it could have been. But, like, I just kind of like this. I just wish there was... This game also feels underwhelming, is the thing. That's the whole issue. Is, like... This game should have had more plot and stuff. I'd rather have a good one of these, like a For You but on Switch, but also not literally For You. I'll check chat in a second, by the way. I should have done it when the thing ran away, but I kind of forgot. So, I mean, this one will be dead soon. I think it's dead. Yep, okay. I see you chose to have a deep, rich story. I get that. Clearly the only thing in chat I needed to check was from 3 seconds ago, apparently, so... Good timing, I guess. Listen, this game may have basically no story, but, like, at least the story's not very stupid, like in World, where a huge, major plot point was involved around trying to catch an Elder Dragon. Listen, this is probably the worst Monster Hunter game I've played. Don't let this drag you down from other classic Monster Hunter games. Games like 3U had a pretty solid story. 4U had a great story. And it's just like, this one's just eh. Alright, off to go fight the Cephadrome. I don't know why I couldn't figure out where the Cephadrome would be. I should have known, but my brain wasn't keeping it together. Listen, at least you have a purpose in that game. No, yeah, I feel ya. I actually do think a shit story is better than no story, at least in this situation. But, like, also, in that game, you were forced to do a bunch of stuff in a specific way, and it was pretty hand-holdy for a lot of it, and despite being an always online game, you had to do certain quests. You had to start certain quests by yourself, even though you technically could do them with others, and it was super stupid. And it's like, this game, you have to do the single-player story by yourself. And that's fine, I get that. The problem with World was that it was an an always online game where sometimes you weren't allowed to take advantage of the fact that you were online despite being always online. Which, I'm using bad wording for those of you unaware. You can play World without internet, but if you have internet, you have to connect to it to play it. Like, you can't say, no thank you, I don't want to connect to my internet. If your PS4 is connected to the internet and you have PS Plus, it is forcing you into an internet connection. But the game can be played without it. You should just turn your internet off. I'd prefer to play with people, so that... I thought it was weird and unnecessary, but it wasn't. Like them little toesies. Oh, he's flopping. Oh, he's flopping. Oh, there he goes. Oh, there we go. Dude, this one's gonna be hard. This actually, I didn't even think about this with Cephadrome. I think the last time we fought Cephadrome, I wasn't using this strategy, but it's kind of hard to do the spinneroonie on this guy. He ain't got the good spinneroonie sauce. Where's he going? Where's he going? He's like... Dude, remember when this thing swooped to me? I was like, that was this. I still kind of think that, but anyways. Come on, nerd, let's go. I asked this before, would you rather have good gameplay with bad story or good story with bad game? It depends on the game entirely. In general, I'd rather have a better game than a good story, because, like, if I just wanted a good story, I'd like, just make a TV show or a movie or something, because if I have to suffer through a bad game for the good story, I'd just watch videos of it, I wouldn't play the game. But if the game is good and the story sucks, I'm probably there for the game anyway. But also, like, I think the game matters, because, like, a game like this, I actually do think the gameplay of this is good. I'm just doing the absolute minimum brainless version of the gameplay. There's so much to this game if you play as a human. You have hunter art, various weapon classes, you've got talismans, charms, armor sets, and abilities. I'm just playing as a cat, so I use none of that. I'm choosing to do the bare bones nonsense version because I'm lazy and don't feel like using my brain to figure out what the best method is. Like, if they release another Monster Hunter Switch game or something and I stream it, I'll almost definitely play as a human. I just don't feel like learning Hunter arts and stuff, because the game's like 3 years old and I already know Hunter arts never get used again because people individually care for them. But, like, so the gameplay in this isn't actually horrible in general, but the lack of a story, I wouldn't say it brings the game down as a whole, but it definitely brings the single player down. So it's disappointing. Whereas, on the other hand, if, say, I play, like, a visual novel for, let's play, like, Danganronpa, right? I'm gonna be honest with you. The gameplay for Danganronpa is kinda bad. Like, I'm not a huge fan of the gameplay for Danganronpa. It does what it needs to do. It's not, like, the worst. But what keeps me coming to Danganronpa is the story. I wouldn't be playing Danganronpa if it had a bad story, but much more interactive gameplay. Then it would literally just be a different game. So there's certain games where you need to have the good story, even if the gameplay is hurt a little bit, you know? Just because Danganronpa's gameplay ain't the best doesn't mean it's not a great game. It complements itself nicely. You said you played Battle Block. How did you enjoy that? I loved Battle Block Theater. It was, at the time of me playing it, one of the best games I had ever played. I've come down on that opinion a bit. I think replaying it doesn't hold up as well. The cutscenes with Stamper were some of the funniest stuff I've enjoyed in a game. Very much enjoyed that, playing because I played the entire game co-op with Kimmy. That was a super fun time. Collecting all the heads. I wish I would have had a good functioning computer. It was one of the only games I had on Xbox 360 while I had a 360. Like, I bought the 360 quite literally just for Spelunky and BattleBlock Theater, and then got a few other games to go with it. But, then, I got it on Steam later, and that's where I was like, it's kind of aged a little bit. I wish I would have had it. I probably would have enjoyed it even more if I had done it on Steam first, because they got all the weekly content and stuff that I didn't get because I never got Xbox Gold, because obviously I barely used my 360. But, you know, it's great. Another good addition to Behemoth. Me and Kimmy will hopefully play Pit People at some point. But, you know, obviously that's a bit easier said than done considering current circumstances, with her living quite literally across the country now. And I don't think, all she has is like a laptop, and we've tried to use Parsec with it. Parsec, I don't know if it's on my end or her end, Parsec does not want to work as easily as everyone likes to say it does. So I don't know what the issue is there, if there is an issue, but, you know. That's the only reason I haven't played Pit People yet, which is, I'm 90% sure, literally a direct sequel to BattleBlock Theater. At the very least, it continues off where BattleBlock Theater's final cutscene ended with the Space Bear. Spoilers, I guess. Even though I'm sure that makes no sense. But yeah. Oh, hey, it's dead. Point is, I very much enjoyed BattleBlock Theater, and I'm sure Pit People will be an enjoyable time when I eventually play it. Do you consider visual novels a game? Yes. To a loose extent, you know. I think if there's any, I'm of the mindset that you don't have to be one form of genre. I think something can be a game and also something else. I think a choose-your-own-adventure book is a game because it's interactive, but it is also a book. I think, like, you know, I have this thing, I actually have it in my closet. It's like a Trivial Pursuit DVD game. And, like, you play it, and they'll, like, ask a question, and, like, it has different random results that'll happen. So it'll ask a question, and then you, like, use the remote on your DVD player to buzz in and stuff. It's a real cute thing. But I consider that both a, you know, it's like an interactive movie. It's a DVD and a game. And so, you know, I don't have a problem with a visual novel being a game and a, like, visual novel. It's really it's its own type of media, if we're being honest. But I think especially if it's like a insert your, like, opinion or whatever, like, or if you have choices that affect the outcomes, I think it's like undeniable that it's a game. I think you can maybe make the debate if it's just a visual novel that you just read. And I think at that point it's like, visual novel to me is just kind of its own genre, along with like book and game and movie and whatnot. Like Bandersnatch on Netflix, I consider that a movie and a game. I don't see why it can't be. Whereas something like Telltale's The Walking Dead is not a TV show and a game. It is just a game because, sure, a lot of the story is set in stone and you affect certain things. You also directly control the character, which is why I say it's not a TV show. Certain things play out specific ways, but there are times also where you just are the person. You are Clementine or Lee. Whatever other characters were eventually added. I think it's mostly Clementine. That's my thoughts on that. Purely opinion, I'm some kind of fucking geologist of media who sits here and spends my days deciding how everything is categorized. I just do what I want. And live my life. Fuck, that killed me because I thought I could jump, but I couldn't. It's fucking funny because I got a Disney version of that. Oh yeah, the Seen It. You have one of the like those Seen It DVDs. I used to have a Harry Potter one of those. I've never played it though because I've never seen Harry Potter. A part of me, like when I found it in my closet, I have a Deal or No Deal one as well, which actually I just played but I don't think I have the Deal or No Deal anymore. But like when I found the Trivial Pursuit, I was like, this is just stupid enough for me to want to be like, let's do a Who's the Boss tournament of Trivial Pursuit DVD game. I would love to bring Who's the Boss back. We basically retconned all the Who's the Boss winners, with the exception of Thorn. Like, Thorn's win was not retconned because it was the original one. It wasn't part of the series a year or two ago where everyone kept dropping out. And I also told Jacob if he wanted to use his one cash... No, wait, his one cash was Aquarion. I told Pearl if she came back and did, the rest of Aquarion, she could have her 2 caches she had, or whatever. No, I had 2 caches. I don't know, man. We basically just pretended most of Who's the Boss didn't happen, so I'd love to bring it back with, like, Mario Tennis Aces or something. I think that'd be fun. Different competitive games. But I'd have to... The problem with doing that is I'd need, like, ideally, like, 4 to 8 people, and they'd need to have, like, a good amount of time to dedicate to it, so it's like, it's a hard thing to get going. But, you know, I'd like to. I think it'd be fun. Hello, guys. Good morning. Hope you're having a pleasant day. Look, it's Nibblesnarf. I know you hate Nibblesnarf. He sucks. Nibblesnarf is bad. I'm sorry, I'm not telling you you're bad. I'm sorry. You got concerned. I'm sorry. Thank you. I'll give you pets to How about that? Does that sound nice? That sounds real pleasant. He wants to go outside. But unfortunately, even if I wasn't streaming, you could not go outside. I can give you pets while I attack you. It has been raining, so you cannot go outside. You become a dirty boy. Your hair's too long for that. You're gonna get his nails cut soon. It is hyper-realistic. I guess it would be... No, it would be hyper-realistic. Photorealistic is what it's still. Keep going to work on this. My boy's almost dead, right? Like, this lad's taking a wallop. He can't have that much more gas in the tank. He's gotta be on his last. He's skedoodling because he's scared. Ran out of topics and let's not make puns. No, we've come so far. We're like a little over halfway through the stream, probably, assuming I don't do the full 3 hours, which I probably won't. I'll probably just end it at the original end time, which I think is acceptable. Maybe you disagree and think I should do a full 3 hours. The only reason I say I should end it at the decided end time, despite being a little late, is because I do have other stuff to take care of. But it's not the end of the world if there's like a demand for 30 more minutes of Monster Hunter. Though I think everyone would be content to just go home. Not that anyone was made to come out here anyway. Just want my boy to die. Just want this lad to go down so I can have some peace on Earth. He's like one of the few dudes where it's like, it's just better to do the little scoopy slaps as opposed to constant spin movies. You get what I'm saying? You know? Sometimes the controlled fire's better than the chance of a mount. Get a little bit of both going, maybe. Dude, the more dirt he eats and does the sand shot, the better it is for me. Just keep doing that. There ain't no problems. Where'd he go? Went to 3, maybe? Nope, he's here. I just don't know where. Here he is. Look at that little guy. Scoop around. He's still going. Just got spooked by that bomb there. Just get him out of here. If I can get another mount, that'd be awesome. Oops. Could be in trouble. Nope, now I went to 3, okay. But the puns called me, they speak to me. Call to me, sound of the credits call. And I don't remember the rest of Summer Ray's theme. I heard voices in my head, they called to me. Call to me, they understood. Rest in peace, Summer Ray. I love that, like, the obvious, I don't even know if you're making the joke, but the obvious, if I'm gonna reference a wrestling theme song, it's reference Randy Orton's voices, but instead I referenced Summer Ray's Call to Me, because I'm actually garbage. This is good, it's a good hit, good triple damage there, get some more damage. Nice chomp. He's got the pearly whites. Back, son. I need to do you in. I have to finish you off. It's time. We all must go someday. Your day is today. Snarf might be the worst thing about Monster Hunter. Like, I love him, he's probably the worst thing about him. Look at his eyes. I hate him. His life's so bad. This is it. This is his ending. He's burning alive. From the inside out. There's bombs going off. The fiery blade coming down his esophagus. Main objective complete. That really was the... Dude, he hit that dab. It's a dying breath. It's a dying breath. Ooh. It's a shame Nibblesnarf's... I was going to say it's a shame Nibblesnarf's outfits suck. And I remember he has the sweet gas masks and everything. Here's what the inside of the Nibblesnarf looks like. Normally I'd be like, let's look inside his mouth. We've already seen inside his mouth. His pearly teeth. Look, he's got like sandstone teeth. Look at that. He's got some cavities in there. Nibblesnarf, my man. He's missing. Look, he's got 2 rows of teethless gums. And he's gonna lose the 3rd row before too long. Well, he needs to take better care of it. What's up with his big fucking bulbous, like, tumor-ridden brain nose? What is this? It's disgusting. Excuse me, don't give me nightmares. What, the teeth or the nose? Look at this nice thing. Just a wholesome man swinging his sword. Let me tell you something. Let's have a controversial topic here. The Monster Hunter community is one of the worst I've ever seen in my life. I don't have a lot more to say about that. I just wanted to get that off my chest. It's a pretty trash community, to be real. It's not all awful. Like, Thorns I don't know if he is anymore, because I know he also hates it, but he was for a while, and he's like... Parts of it are fine. There's certain groups that are A-okay, but like... Some of it, it's not great. We're gonna go kill Tin Remobris. I do not know about the community. It's for the best. I'm actually gonna mute my mic while I blow my nose real quick. Alright. Let's go kill Tin Remobris. And I know what you're thinking, Dunks, as you sit there and stare at me with your sad eyes. What on earth is a Remobris? Well, you see, Dunks, a Remobris, it's a well-known and popular creature in Monster Hunter lore. The mythos speaks of these ancient and beloved creatures. They live. That's it. That's a Remobris. What the fuck is that? How do I hit this thing? Attack me, cowards! Have we ever seen these before? Can I hide? Come down here, fools! Fight me! It landed. Dude, it can take some hits. I'll give it that. It can also give it. Is there a remote drone? Because it's probably terrifying if it exists. Oh, it got me. Well played. Dude, this is awful. I did not want to fight 10 of these things. It's so hard to kill. Oh yeah, I have a boomerang. But I don't know how to use it. What the hell's my boomerang button? What was that move? Oh, there we go. And I just gotta remember how to aim it. Need to relearn my boomerang. Strike to speed. Let's go find some more. We'll practice our boomerang shots once we find them. I don't know how much damage I do with a boomerang, but maybe I'll get lucky and knock them out of the sky, that we can just go run them down. Y'all got any Remobris here? Seems like you do not. Disappointing, to say the least. What wyvern do you think is in this quest? Oh, I got turned around a bit there. I thought I was going in the cave, but I guess I wasn't. Remobris? No? Do they not appear in the fiery areas? Because let me tell you, this stage is primarily fiery areas. This area. Oh, there we go. That's what we're looking for. Look at that damage I barely did. Help. Well, apparently they can poison me, so that sucks. You can also just like hit them with this. hitting the A button, it doesn't do anything, and it pisses me off. End his life. Alright. This is very, very annoying, and it's going to get tedious real quick. But you know what? I'd still rather do this than the mushroom quest, because at least this is not based off of RNG. I thought that crab was some kind of gorilla eating the flesh of another beast, and it was the most terrifying thought that has come to my mind. Okay, get down here. Get down here. This is the best I can do. We can boomerang this young man into oblivion. Get back here, coward. Got him. Oh, that didn't take him out. Well, we'll just get him again. That was a good hit. Nice aim. Oh, he's dodging. Dude, I hate how many they live. Thank God. I'm so happy to be out of here. Can you just give me like 5 more in this area, please? So I can move on. I feel like Area 8 might have some. We'll go check. If 8 doesn't have any, we'll avoid 3. We'll go to like 5, 4. That's what I'm talking about. This is absolutely... I know I could probably hit their tails and do more damage to them, but it really seems like I just have better luck with the boomerang. My aim is more true than with my blade. So, feel free to disagree, though. I guess the boomerang does fire, too, because it seems like it does. Got one taken care of. I love just clipping things. It's so satisfying. That one probably shouldn't even hit even better. Look at this man. He thinks he's smart. Double tapped. This one lives. No, it doesn't. Alright, we outie. We'll do one more trash wyvern quest after this, and then we'll probably have time for one more new wyvern. We'll see how it goes. Alright, here we go. Last set of 3 here. Don't even need to go. We can hit like 2 of them. These 2 right here. And he's on the ground, so he's done for. What is that? This one needs to go. This one needs to get one. Dude, it's a snake? I didn't even realize. I kind of hope there's a wyvern of it, because I bet the wyvern would look awesome, even though it would probably also be nightmare fuel. Once this one goes down, we just we're done with the quest. You know, almost there. Also, whatever is here is here. Main objective complete. It's Uragon. Wait, you can't see him yet. It's cheating. We're not supposed to get to Jay Leno yet. Oh no! Don't look at him. It's spoilers. It's spoilers. Don't look at him. We can't show him on screen. It's spoilers. Feel weird only having me in chat after a long while. You know, you're used to having a few others. A little Martian Panther, a little Ultra. But you know what? That's what Monster Hunter does. It's a stream killer. No one wants to show up to the Monster Hunter stream, but you know what? I don't have a lot of integrity left when it comes to finishing games, but damn it, I'm gonna finish the single player of Monster Hunter Gen Ultimate. I've put 30 hours into it already. I may not be streaming the online, but you son of a bitch, I'm gonna finish the single player. Sweetie Rock. Hopefully people come back after Monster Hunter for whatever the Thursday stream is, and this isn't just a, oh man, he's playing Monster Hunter, I never want to hear from this guy ever again. It's stupid. Because, you know, it wouldn't be surprising if that happened. Box. I feel like I should have a box of like post-it notes or something with like I should just have people get note cards and write topics of conversation on them, and then anytime I don't know what to say during a Monster Hunter stream specifically, I just pull a note card out and I'm like, alright, what's the topic of conversation next? Because I'm not great at small talk. I can ramble on for a bit. I've decided I'm going to do hunt 2 Blagongas because I think they're weak to ice. They're weak to fire. Can I check this actually? Hunter's notes. Monster list, please. It does not say what they're weak to. I'm disgusted actually. Very upset about that. We're gonna fight 2 Blagongas, and then we'll do a Uragon. And we're going to stream off on Uragon. This is very good. No one's great at small talk when you have to make it last for at least 2 hours. Basically, let me rephrase that. Because you don't have to make the small talk last for 2 hours. If you can't think of a big long conversation or something to say, you can make various different small talks. Which I think I can do, but I'm bad at coming up with the ideas for the small talk. Favorite horror movie? Alright. I got a tangent to go off on this one. So, I'm glad you said favorite and not best, by the way, because if you would have asked me, what's the best horror movie you've ever seen? That would be a very tough question, right? Because, you know, I watch a lot of horror movies. And I try to take some of them seriously, but there's some that, right from the gate, I'm like, man, this is a hilarious ride. Let me tell you about my favorite horror movie. And it might, emphasis on might, be my favorite movie ever. For a while it was. It is a very little known movie. I've never seen this movie mentioned anywhere outside of me randomly finding it on Netflix once, like 4 to 5 years ago. This movie is called Satan's Little Helper. And I'm gonna break down the plot for you. Oh, Jesus. I'm gonna break the plot down for you real quick. As best I can. A teenage girl, I'm talking like older teenage, like probably 18 or 19. My guess would be like 19. I don't know for sure. Older teen girl returns from college to visit her mom and little brother. Probably like 12 years old would be my guess. And she decides to bring her boyfriend. And this makes the little brother jealous because he has a weird, incestuous feelings for his sister. And by the way, nothing I've said so far actually matters to the horror part of the movie. This is like the first 5. It's actually it's part of the opening of the movie because I'll get to this later. The movie starts out weird. But basically, it's Halloween. The kid loves Halloween, and he meets this dude who, like, it's like a dude in like a Satan mask, but it's not your generic Satan mask. It's one made for the movie specifically. And he sees him, he's just got like a dead body, and he's setting the dead body up like Halloween decorations. And it's like definitely a real dead body, and the kid's like, whoa, that's a sick Halloween decoration you got there. That's so rad. And he's like, yo, are you Satan? And this very silent serial killer is like, he just gives a thumbs up. I fucking know what it is. I saw it on Netflix too. Have you watched it? I'm gonna continue my breakdown for those who haven't watched it, but it'd be good to know. So the kid is like, I love Halloween, can I hang out with you today, Satan? And Satan gives him like a super enthusiastic thumbs up. He seems like a pretty cool dude, honestly, aside from the whole being a serial killer thing, but you know, that's when most of them get you. So then genuinely the entire movie is the kid hanging out with Satan, causing mischief, the man known as Satan, causing tons of mischief, and then Satan occasionally kills a person when the kid doesn't see it. And, like, that's most of the movie, and the kid's like, you're gonna help me prank my sister and get rid of her boyfriend, you're gonna kill her boyfriend, right? And Satan's like, oh, hell yeah, man, but all he does is, like, give awesome thumbs ups, and he high-fives the kid. There's a scene I'm not gonna spoil, because it's the best scene ever, but it involves Satan and the kid in, like, a grocery store parking lot, and Satan's just pushing the kid around in a cart, having a great time. And it's relevant because this movie opens up with a 2-minute trailer for the movie. I don't mean like we watched it on a DVD and for some reason there was a trailer for the movie we're about to watch. The actual opening of the movie on Netflix and everything, unless I guess wherever you get it from chooses to cut it out, the legitimate opening to the movie is a trailer for the movie. And so, like, it's so good. Then the end, right? He realizes, oh my god, this isn't a silly Halloween, man. This is a real serial killer. Yes, I fucking watched it. Why the fuck did you remind me of it? Because it's a masterpiece. It's the Satan from Satan's Little Helper. I've been destroyed, by the way. Satan from Satan's Little Helper is the greatest serial killer of all time. Because here's what they do. Here's the climax of the movie. They're gonna... Wasn't the ending where the kid gets blamed for all the crimes? No, what are you talking about? I'm gonna get to the ending. I'm not gonna spoil my favorite scene, because everyone should see it. I don't even think it's on Netflix anymore, but everyone should see it. So I'm not gonna spoil the parking lot scene, because it's the best scene ever. But basically, the climax of the movie is he realizes it's an actual serial killer. And he's like, we all gotta go to the police. And they go to the police, and you know, this is, you know, a lot of horror movies, they have the big moment that establishes that this serial killer, he's a menace in the serial killer community. He is someone to be messed with, you know. Freddy Krueger, it's established. He's in your dreams, he can't die. Jason Voorhees, it's at the end of like every movie. He comes out of the water, and you're like, oh, Jason, you can't kill him. He might be afraid of the water, but the man's a zombie. You know, Michael Myers, he gets shot repeatedly, and he falls out a window, but he keeps on coming. You can't blow Michael Myers up. Those are legends. Those are people you can't keep down. Well, they go to do this with Satan. They go to make this man an established serial killer. We gotta prove that our man is not just some dude in a mask. He is a dude that should not be messed with. The problem is, they go a little too far with it. Because Satan, you see, so they go to talk to the cops. Why the fuck do I know multiple movies where Satan and kid grow up on together and then fall apart? And I feel like that's just the story of Satan. But so they go to the police, and the cop is dead. But not like Satan has killed the cop. He's not stabbed him repeatedly or anything. He has taken clear masking tape and has wrapped the tape around the police officer's face repeatedly, suffocating him with masking tape. He has done this to every single cop in town. 2 of these cops are right next to each other, meaning he wrapped a cop's face in masking tape, suffocating him, while another cop was right there, unable to stop him, and then also he got suffocated as well. They were not stabbed and then suffocated, they were just suffocated with the tape. as if Solid Snake himself snuck up on them and taped them all. He did this to every cop in town, specifically with clear masking tape, in the course of, like, an hour or two, if even that, in movie time. Like, in the movies... I don't mean, like, the movies an hour or two and within that time frame. I mean, like, you get what I mean. In an hour or two of their time, he did this to every cop in the town. The entire town. This is not some tough-to-beat serial killer who knows his stuff. This is a tactical Black Ops assassin who is just running rampant. An unstoppable god. There's not even a point in trying to stand to him. He's the real Satan. He's a shinobi master. And the movie ends with one of the stupidest endings I've ever seen. Which is, a cop comes to help them. They're like, oh, thank God, there's a cop here. We're finally gonna be saved. And I made the joke, right, because I watched this with Thorn the first time. And I made the comment, I was like, we've never seen Satan without the mask. The twist is that the cop's gonna turn to the camera, and he's gonna wink at the camera, and the cop is Satan the whole time, but now he doesn't have the mask on. So that's the twist, but also it isn't. The twist is that we don't see the cop's face when he comes to get them. And they go, the cop, he moves his hand, like, come to me. He's not talking, so this is what's making me real suspicious. They go with the cop, and as they go to leave with the cop, it pans away. By the way, God tier dig right there. It pans away from the cop. He's wearing an extremely obviously fake rubber cop mask. And then he turns back to the camera to show you that it is an extremely and obviously fake rubber cop mask. And somehow they think this is a real cop. They are very clearly about to be murdered. That is how the movie ends. That is Satan's Little Helper. Thank you for coming to my review. It might be my favorite movie of all time. For obvious reasons. It's definitely not the scariest movie I've ever seen, if that's what standard you wanted from a favorite horror movie. But my god. It's an art form. Everyone should go out of their way to watch Satan's Little Helper. If you can skip the trailer at the start, if the version you watch has it, absolutely skip the trailer at the start, just so you can go in blind. Now, admittedly, the trailer at the start is what convinced me and Thorn to watch it, because it spoils the parking lot scene. And the parking lot scene is why we chose to watch it. Here's me telling you to watch it. If you can avoid the trailer at the start, skip it, just so you can go into everything, including the parking lot scene, extremely unspoiled. It's so good. The whole movie's art. It's what made me realize movies are art. Alright, what an awesome dodge. They're only getting fucked by a bulldog that and proceeded to be killed. How did I live? The world we know. This bulldog is fucked. This one, he is good. Also, I'm gonna get killed out of nowhere in a second. A bulldog is just gonna get me. There it is. And somehow I live. A true god. I recall it now. It has a cliffhanger in the card. I mean, those people are definitely dead, but yes, it's... Didn't, like, someone paint 666 on the kid's house? I actually think you're right. I actually am 90% sure I think they just straight up lived. Like, I think they just were house number 666. Like, that was their address. It was, like, 666 bullshit avenue or something. Okay, I think that was their actual, like, street number. But, yeah, someone definitely did paint 666 on the house. Now, it may have been the kid when he was being vandalish. So, I don't remember for sure. You need to start playing this a little more carefully, because we are in a dangerous lose my second life territory, I think. I could be wrong. I think I fainted once. I might be incredibly mistaken. But anyway, we're probably not going to do a new monster in the stream. We might, depending on how long it takes. This fight's taken a bit of time, and both Uragon and Lagiacrus would, they're going to be tough boys to deal with. They have large health bars. I don't know. I'll leave it up to you in chat if you want to, let's see when this ends. If this ends at, like, the 2.5 hour mark, we should just end it anyway. But if this ends and we have, like, technically 10 minutes left to go on the stream, but the only thing we can do is, like, Uragon, Lagiacrus, or bullshit. Let's see which choice there would be. The preference there. Thorn has texted me. This is a mighty concerning occurrence. I don't know why he would do such a thing. Our discussion has ended about Saturday's stream, so either he has a spicy meme to send me, or there's something going there. So I should check that in the first available opportunity. I do not like that you are burrowing. I do not know what to expect. By the way, this quest is way harder than I was expecting it to be. I know I've mostly focused on Polygon Satan's Little Helper, as I should. Much more interesting topic of conversation than me repeatedly talking about how bad I'm doing at fighting 2 Blagongas at once, but I was hoping to do an easy, quick quest, so clearly I've chosen the wrong one. Disco Steve, I'm gonna need you to get away from me. Oh no, he still didn't. Dude, honestly, that sucked. That actually, I think, just made me upset. Because I think it canceled my heal. And, yeah, it's canceling my heal and also doing damage. Also, both Blagongas are here, so I'm outie. And I'm gonna go heal in the other area. You must admit the movie has a flaw. Dude, I just explained all of the movie's flaws. Its flaws are its strongest feature. The title should have been Santa's Little Helper. That's a different movie, actually. Like, I'm 99% sure Santa's Little Helper is a horror movie. But that's the joke, though. That's the joke. It's called Satan's Little Helper because it's playing off the term Santa's Little Helper. It's like most kids would be like, oh, I met Santa, and I got to be his helper. The joke is this kid met who he thought was Satan and wanted to be his helper. That's like the fact that it's not Santa's Little Helper is the whole joke. He knows what we're talking about. Alright, let's split on these. You're right, Thorn's messaging me because he probably... hilariously, that's actually completely possible. It's entirely, like, reasonable that he would, like, tune into the stream for a second and hear me talking about Satan's Little Helper and be like, dude, we should do commentary over Satan's Little Helper. If I ever find out what a Twitch movie night is, and it's not the dumbest thing I've ever heard of, we might do a Twitch movie night for Satan's Little Helper. Okay, so a question about the Saturday stream, right? So what I had originally planned for Saturday streams is if Thorn was going to stream something with me later on that day, then the actual stream would be like 2 hours or so on Saturday, and then later on, Thorn could, join me for something, and we'd probably do like an hour or so of that. For situations like Saturday, where we're for sure doing a 2.5 to 3 hour stream, but it'll be from like probably 9 to midnight. He said after 8 in the message, but realistically he'll have the kids, so like it probably won't be until 9. We probably won't get started until like 9. So in a situation where it's like 9 to midnight or so, would you rather would you still want like a short stream earlier in the day and then we do that later, or do you just want the only stream on Saturday to be whatever's going on with Thorn late at night? Let's see if I can get some of these. might need to accept a fate here. Yeah, I might just be fucked. I might be actually so fucked. I'm so dead. Yeah, I don't want to see any of that too. Probably only one stream. See, that's what I thought too. But you know, I don't know. Maybe there's like a. I guess that's a question to ask on a different stream where there's more people here. People that aren't. I say as more people join this stream. Ask more because maybe there's like a bunch of people that would be able to couldn't go to the late night stream, and so they'd want an earlier stream, and then I can just. And so then I do a day stream for those people, and then like also the night stream, which is the big one that's planned. It's a lot of time spent streaming, but that's not really good. You can get your acorns back by sleeping at a camp base. Are you serious? That's the most busted thing I've ever heard in my life. So like the cats are unkillable. Like they're actually just unkillable? Dude, that's stupid. Thank you for this knowledge. I don't think I'm at risk of losing this fight, but that's extremely good knowledge when I do something more serious. Oh, baby. Look at that, dude. Prowlers are disgusting. It's so disgusting. I want to be done with this more. This isn't as bad as the triple level snark quest, but this is a very stupid quest. Please God. So much fucking life. Hit the ground and stun you moves. I hate you! Every one of them, it just dodges my attacks. Also, the fact that someone gave me that advice means that they have played this game before, which means I'm now going to be self-conscious about the fact that I spam exactly one move as a Prowler because it works. I'm going to get criticized, and they're right for doing so. Now, dude, bro, don't make them kill you. No, I accept my death. I have an extra life, I think. It's not worth the time. They're almost dead. Look at that. One down. I'm not even in a car from it. See you in Weenie Hell Jr. Weenie Hell Jr. Eat it, nerd. Accept my death. I don't need the, like, 500 zinnies I lose. I'll just kill him now. And I'll be a pro gamer, and I won't die at all even without going back to heal. No, I don't even need to hold on. I'll do it like we do at the rodeo. Eat fire, nerd. Burn to death. In his suffering. Set my people free. He's done it! Man, it feels good to be a gangster. Dunks is staring at me with just shock and disappointment. What's the class of your Palico? Incredible question. I have no idea. I'm one of the DLC Palicos, so I didn't like. This isn't like a Palico that I like obtained by legitimate means. I just downloaded this one. And I was like, yeah, I'll take this dude. I know I've got Masamune as a medic, Disco Steve's a bomber. What is this cat? What am I? I think I'm just like generic sword cat Palicos. No. Dude, great question. I'll have to. I think I have to go check in my base. I have this. This is one of my main skills, and I know. So I think that's like my main thing is that I can do Fury mode on demand. What did Thorn message me with? I know I'm Ranger too. Thorn has messaged me a 55-second video that says, "Hey bro, correct me if I'm wrong, but is this shit a video of Where Garurumon fighting Nerd Giganti?" For those of you unaware, Where Garurumon is the champion Digivolution of... No, it's not. It's the ultimate Digivolution of Gabumon from Digimon, and Nerd Giganti is the flagship Wyvern from Monster Hunter World, so I'm going to be watching that video later. I'm very confused. Maybe it's a fighting one? I think it is a fighting one. I know it's not the one with demon claws, because obviously I don't have demon claws, but I do think I'm fighter. Where do I check this? Hunter's notes. Me. I actually have no idea how to check. What are you? It's a fighting. Okay. I am a fighting Palico, dressed as a Tigrex. All right. What do you want? We can do one more quest. Do we want to fight Legaia Chris or Uragon for the first time on stream? I mean, I fought both of them before, but it'll be the first time on this game. Or do we want to do a stupid quest, like an actual, like, dum-dum quest, like... We had a dum-dum... 10 Aya Prey. Do we want to do a stupid kill 10 Aya Prey quest and be done for the day? Or do we want to buckle down and do a Legaia Chris or a Uragon? You're good for now? Alright, we'll do a stupid Aya Prey quest then. Just get this out of the way. So then we have less stupid quests to do the next time we play this. One less stupid quest for the next Monster Hunter stream. Oh, a quest? Let's do a dum-dum quest? Yeah, alright. Let's go kill 10 Aya Prey. Very, very basic dum-dum quest. Then at the very least, come next Monster Hunter stream, it'll be nothing but wyverns. And you know what, we can actually, I think at that point, we can very easily alternate doing wyverns we've seen before that we're being forced to fight for the 100th time, and wyverns we haven't fought yet, so... I mean, that'll be fun. Next Monster Hunter stream will at least have a lot of action-packed nonsense going on. It'll be less mushroom quests and kill 10 nerds. And more kill 3 big nerds and 1 Uragon. Thank you for using a bomb in this Aya Prey. Really helps speed things up. Every time I see Masamune's, like, little stupid mask and come into screen, I think it's Link for a second, and I'm like, what the fuck? Who's texting me? Okay. A worthy text to read, but not an important one to respond to. Are there not even, like, wyverns on this quest? Is this actually just 10 Aya Prey? Oh, it's because this is a Prowler quest. Right, right. I forget that there are Prowler-only quests because I'm doing a Prowler-only run. And so they're just quests to me, so this is just, like, kill 10 Aya Prey. It's all this is. But, like, you would be forced to do it as a Prowler if you weren't, which is real stupid, actually. It's extremely dumb that Prowler-only quests exist. Like, it's the... If there were, like, quests that were like, you have to be a hammer user to do this quest, I'd be pretty pissed. I'll tell you what. Whatever. At least it doesn't bother me, and it's not like many other people. I'm sure there's people playing the game. It's a Monster Hunter game on Switch that has online gameplay. If you feel like going as Prowler in the future, I'd like to recommend you look into Protector Palicos. Alright, so here's the thing, right? And I'm gonna put this as bluntly as possible. I am bad at Monster Hunter Generations Ultimate. I tried to use Hunter Arts at first, and I sucked the big wee-wee at them, and that's why I chose to be Prowler only, because it's a very... Fighter Prowler is a very brain-dead playstyle. And when I play Monster Hunter, I try not to do the big think. I kind of just want to fight some monsters. More than 5,000 quests as Prowler and Gen. I'm Bastet, the Immortal Cat Bro. I respect that. Highly respectable. And I appreciate all knowledge and tips given, but I am also just brain dead. So, like, the fact that I can walk in against a wyvern and just jump at them and do some spinneroonies, it feels good. It's satisfying. And sometimes I bust out some strategy. Like, I've got some strategy going on with my little cat teammates. Like, I've got a list of skills I want to give them, and I'm working on them. Ignore the fact that they both have shit armor, alright? Just because I'm putting some time into them doesn't mean I don't want them to look wacky, alright? I'm trying to have a jolly good time here. But, yeah, I swap out my cats occasionally when I feel like I need to. Like, for capture quests, I have a, beast mode cat, and for, fishing quests, I have a cat with the golden fish skill. So I have a couple of varieties I use for the things. For the most part, I really like this cat. I understand the point of protective cats. Like, I get what you're saying. I understand where you're coming from. It's good advice. But it's advice that I'm probably not going to heed too much, because I'm enjoying just jumping and doing spinneroonies. Now, if I ever get absolutely just blown back, which hasn't really happened yet, by all means, I'm all for swapping my cat up then, but until we step up to Tigrex and I get, like, one shot by his nipple or something, I think we're gonna be okay for now. I would love to put different skills on this cat, but unfortunately that is not allowed. You are not allowed to edit or train DLC cats for some reason. It's very saddening. I would have loved to, put, like, shock traps or something on my boy here. Can I get, like, 2 more IO prey or something? Does this really need to be this hard of a quest? I just want to move on with my life. You know, for a second, I was like, why does Bastet sound so familiar? That is the name of Blake's cat, a friend of mine. The name of a friend of mine's cat, and I was like, that's where I've heard Bastet before. So for a split second, I thought I had actually heard of you from somewhere, and I was like, how good are you at this game that I've somehow heard of you? But it's just a friend's cat. Still extremely respectable, don't get me wrong. Where did this nerd go? There it is! Please, be the last island. Be gone! Teamwork is always more powerful indeed. Cat is no longer popular, but one because to craft a worthy kitty is something only a few have achieved. Dude, I wish I could be a worthy kitty. I'm just trash. I know, I had a lot of people tell me when I did this, Bastet is the goddess of cats and protection in ancient Egypt. Well, this basically has just taught me why my friend named their cat Bastet, so I appreciate this info as well. And normally I'd be like, huh, I wonder if they know that, or if it's a coincidence. No, knowing this person isn't a coincidence. Why did I think I was about to light the shrubbery on fire with my blade? That would require good effects. I remember when I started doing this, because, like, it's a Prowler only run, but I did, what is this? What is this wyvern that has appeared? Excuse me? I'll never make it in time. What has randomly decided to spawn in Area 5? Why did it wait till the quest was over? We'll never know. But, I tried to do Switch Axe, and I was like, okay, this is awful, and it makes my brain melt. So then I played as a cat, and I was like, this is pretty fun. I like being a cat, they're cute. And then I had a bunch of people tell me, alright, you can't beat the game as a Prowler. It's gonna get too difficult, and you're gonna have to stop. And I was like, alright, well, it's understandable, I'll swap when I have to. And then Thorn, who knows a ton more about Monster Hunter than I do. Like, I've played Monster Hunter since Try. Jin was the only one I didn't play. He was like, no, you can absolutely play the whole game as a Prowler. Don't let anyone tell you otherwise. And I was like, awesome! So that's what we're doing here. And, you know, it's got its challenges. Capture quests are particularly annoying. Fishing quests are actual hell on earth. Oh, there you are. It's you. The dog's freaking out outside. Hunter, you're really working hard. You have this training guide. What the hell is a training guide? I thought you were going to give me a Calico ticket. There it is. What on earth is a training guide? Let's see. I don't even go to my box that off. Let's just store everything. I need none of this. I don't think I can use any of this, so I'll just carve and stuff. What the hell is a training guide? A manual detailing the exploits of a veteran feline warrior. It increases training effectiveness. Oh, I use them to guarantee certain moves, I believe. I believe that is the item that, like, if I train, like, if I want Masamune to have, like, a specific skill. Like, I think I'm trying to give her Monster Mind Plus or something. I can use that to guarantee what move I want. Training Guide is an item you can use to reroll moves or abilities on one of your Palicos. Training. Alright. Rerolling is nice. I thought it would let me choose, so that's a little bit of a shame, but, you know, whatever. What is it going on in Yukimo Village? Why do they want to talk to me there? Who here? Who wants to... Who wishes to... Probably the hot tub, yeah. The hot spring. What the... Oh, it's all floaty. I was like, what is that? Yo, Hunter Buddy, check it out. I get a... Is this the dude who I gave the Shaggy voice? I'm not doing the Shaggy voice right now. Like, they're literally far out, all the way up high in the sky. So fluffy. Max fluffiness. I, like, rewatched this scene when I was editing the other stream, and I was like, I sound nothing like Shaggy. But, like, there's a Rathalos. Why is it cramping my... I don't want to fight another Rathalos. I just killed one. I thought it said Tubular Tubby, and I was like, don't call Rathalos that. Is that it? Alright, that's it. That's gonna be it for this stream. Hey, thanks for coming out. This will be uploaded on YouTube as usual, probably tomorrow. We'll do more probably next, I mean, like, definitely next Monday we're doing more, because it's, not Monday, next Tuesday. This is the Tuesday stream. But we might do more Sunday if that's what people vote for on Twitter. But most of the viewers don't like this game, so something else will probably win that vote. They multiply like monies. Thanks for streaming. Hey, thanks for coming out. So, got a good time? I'm glad you did. Feel free to come next Tuesday. You can follow me on Twitter for updates when this happens. I actually enjoyed this. It's probably the best Monster Hunter stream in terms of enjoyment and commentary, so, you know, I'd enjoy doing it again. But, you know, when the poll goes up Sunday, they'll not goes up Sunday, when it goes up, like, Friday or something for the Sunday stream, they'll probably be like, play a variety stream again. But not me and you, Trey. We love this game. I actually do like this game. I give it a lot of shit, but it's not the worst game I've ever played. It's probably just the worst Monster Hunter game I've ever played. Anyway, there's gonna be a poll going up here in a little bit on Twitter about, was it because there was no puns? So, like, yes, but not for the reasons you think. It wasn't that I hate the puns, which I do, but that's not what made the stream better. But I do think the lack of puns made for better, you know, interaction. Like, there were more things to bounce off each other and talk about. The game isn't bad. I like the music. It's not a bad game. It's just like an underwhelming Monster Hunter game. Most of it. It's got good music. I can't hear any of it, but I know it's got good music. Anyway, that's going to be it. Poll's going up later today for what Thursday's stream is going to be, what the new game popping up is. We'll do more of this Monday at the latest. Maybe we'll do some Sunday. We'll see what the poll says. Anyway, that's it. Hey, thanks for coming. I'll see y'all next time.